I guess I should just unveil what it is now. It's going to take up a lot of space, and I might be cut off here at the edge of the screen here, but it is this thing. All right, you know what I'm not doing? I don't have a mic. Do I? Oh, I do have a mic. Do I? Yeah, it's on too. Oh my God. I was talking to you and probably just absent-mindedly put it on. I was like, I don't have a mic.
Welcome to my world, guys.
Yeah, welcome to my world with a blurry image. You're going to go home and then you're going to call me up and be like, we have to shoot everything again because it was out of focus. Are you in focus, by the way? No. I have been threatening you guys that I would start to do some product reviews. I have a backlog of a lot of products that people sent me, but to be completely clear and for full disclosure, none of these videos are sponsored. I won't even let a company sponsor a video where I'm reviewing something, but I do reach out to those companies and ask for free stuff, and a lot of them oblige. So a lot of the stuff that I have gotten without having to pay for it. That being said, this is a fair and impartial review, exactly what I think of the product, the good, the bad, the ugly. Today we're gonna be reviewing a product that I've held onto for a lot of months, and I think the company's a little bit upset with me because they really wanted me to post something quick, but I wanted to keep hold of the product for a few months and really put it through its paces. And it was something that I saw on my Instagram feed, and I reached out to the company and asked them for one to review because I was really excited about it. It is this thing. It is the Bodega 60-liter fridge freezer, which I admit is a kind of a clunky title. Hold on, how should I do this? Okay. Like that. Mm-hmm. When I saw this on my Instagram feed, I was incredibly excited about it because for a lot of my career, I would do offsite events. So people would hire me out apart from my bar to either come to their home. Sometimes it'll be like a brand that hires me to bartend for the night, create a list of cocktails, and then execute them either at their dinner or like just for like a cocktail hour at their house. And the one thing that I never could really dial in, well, I would jerry rig, is a freezer. I really like to make my own ice. I like to provide fancy ice for my cocktails into rocks of ice, Collins Spears, and every other shape that I need. And I've never had an elegant way of keeping it frozen at someone's house or on the rooftop of a building that may not have a fridge or a freezer. And then also, while prepping jobs like this, you never know what the refrigerator or freezer space is gonna be. And if they have those things available, they're usually not adequate to do the job or to keep lots of pieces of ice frozen. So it's been kind of a thorn in my side. And then I saw this thing and I was like, if this thing does what the company says it does, it's a game changer for any bartender that does offsite events. What it is basically a cooler that is a refrigerator and then also a freezer. So it has a little digital display down here, and you can set the temperature to go all the way down to -20 degrees. So you can make it a freezer or you can keep it a fridge. And the best part about it is that it comes with this, a power point. So the power supply is interchangeable, and you can have just your regular power supply for an outlet, or you can have a power supply that fits into the power point of your car. And so therefore you can keep it running while your car is running, or if you have a van, I don't know if you're doing van life, living in a van or something like that, you can put it into a power point that will keep running even when your car is off, and that is amazing. I was a little skeptical about the way that this thing ran. I didn't know how quality it was or how long it would last, perform in different scenarios, but I am happy to report that it actually does everything that I thought it would do, and it's also pretty true to its temperature. So here are the pluses. You can take it anywhere. You can take it camping, which I did take it camping on my kids' annual camping trip for the school. I've taken it to the beach. I've taken it to like a tailgating situation. I've also gone downtown to get ice at the fancy ice store, put the fancy ice in there to keep it cool on the way home, which is really interesting. And I've also had it as a supplemental freezer on Barfly when we do our regular videos, so I can have my ice right there and I don't have to go back and forth to the fridge every single time I need ice, which has been a godsend. I have put a thermometer in this thing and saw how true the temperature was, and I gotta say that it's pretty accurate within a couple of degrees. So when it says -15 on the display, it's around -13, -14, which is pretty accurate. It's a little bit off, but not in any meaningful way. We've had it for many, many months now, and it's performed well with no hiccups. I don't have complaints in that area. There are a few cons that you should know about. First of all, it is a fingerprint magnet for sure. The design is a little bit cheap. The surface gets scratched very easily. I've put dings and dents in this and I haven't moved it around that much. When I went camping, I used it as a freezer to make fancy iced cocktails for all the other parents. It did get dinged up on that trip pretty well, and it is a fingerprint magnet for sure. The other thing is that it has these guys right here, and the way that it's situated is that you would think that this would go on here and then pull this whole thing down to really seal it in, but it actually doesn't pull very much. You would think that this would need to be situated a little bit lower so that it really pulls the top of the fridge down and seals it. So it's nice that you can put this on here to lock it and that it's not gonna, like if you're, I don't know, on a camping trip and you're going over uneven ground and everything is jostling around, it's not gonna open. But it's not as functional, I think, as it could be. And then the other thing about it is that it's not insulated well. So here's the thing. If this thing loses power or if it gets unplugged, it will not hold the cold very long. And so if you have ice in here and a power breaker trips and you don't realize that happened, within a few hours, most of your ice is going to be trash and it's going to have melted. So that is a big detractor to it. Otherwise, I think it's actually a pretty useful piece of equipment. So I guess that's my review on it. I don't know. I give it
2 thumbs up and a smile.
I think that one downside to this is that it's kind of expensive. It's not very cheap. So like our Danby chest freezer that we have, a massive chest freezer, brand new is $375 or $350. This thing is like almost $600. It's a pretty expensive piece of equipment and it's really not for everybody. And so I think the price with the drawbacks might give some people pause about whether or not they want to buy it. But also I don't know of any other company that makes a portable freezer. There's one company that I saw, another cocktail person on Instagram, I think it was Bad Birdie. She did something with another company that had a freezer just like this and it was like solar powered and stuff, but it was like $4,000 piece of equipment. So as far as like very portable fridges, it's on the cheaper side, I think. And that's it. I don't know. That's all I got for you guys. I'm pretty new to the reviewing thing, so if you have any constructive criticism, put it in the comments. And if you're just going to be a hater, then I don't know. Keep it to yourself if you can. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard, I know.